You know, if you told me I was going to be making a video about Jennifer Lawrence and feminism, I would have assumed it was going to be a negative video. But surprisingly, it's not. This is actually a positive video, I guess you could say, or at least positive for everyone except the feminists. But let me go ahead and break it down. So it kind of all started with this picture right here. I'll put it up on the screen, and I want you guys to take a look at this picture and tell me if you see anything wrong with it. You know, just take a look, take a little peek at the pic, and see if there's anything that triggers you. See if there's anything in this picture that makes you very upset, because as far as I can see, and as far as most normal people can see, it's just a normal picture, right? It's a picture of Jennifer Lawrence and some dudes standing on a balcony, you know, wearing some nice clothes, posing for a little picture. When I look at this picture, I do not get triggered in any sort of way. I am not offended when I see this picture, but then again, I'm not fucking crazy, so that might be part of it. But the feminists saw this picture and they were very upset. I want you guys to go ahead and try to take a little guess at what they were upset about. When you look at this picture, what do you think was so upsetting? What do you think really triggered all of these fucking whales, right? What is so offensive about this picture, right? I'll give you a moment. Either, you know, think about it in your head, write it down in the comments if you want, whatever you want. Just take a good look at the picture. You can even pause the video if you want, and just, you know, kind of study everything going on and see if you can find what they could have been so upset about. So while you're thinking about that, let me go ahead and give you the actual reason, because the actual reason they're upset is probably even more retarded than what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking of something maybe at least a little bit reasonable, I would say, you know, unless you happen to be a feminist yourself, and then, you know, you might have got the actual reason right away. But basically, how do I put this? The feminists saw this picture and they were offended because it was cold outside, and all of the men in the picture are wearing like pants and a jacket and warm clothing, but Jennifer Lawrence is sitting in the middle only wearing a dress. And the feminists were very upset because all of the men were nice and warm with their jackets on and shit, and Jennifer was here in the middle with only this dress on, and she must have been very cold. So that was very unfair to her, and clearly the only reason that was done is because she's a female. So, you know, it's very unfair, and, you know, we're all about that equality here. Now, before I even get into that, right, I think we can all understand clearly that that's pretty fucking retarded. Jennifer herself had a response to this on Facebook, and I really like her response. I thought she made some very good points, so I want to go ahead and read that first before we discuss it ourselves. So let me go ahead and just read this response. Wow. I don't really know where to get started on this Jennifer Lawrence wearing a revealing dress in the cold controversy. This is not only utterly ridiculous, I am extremely offended. That Versace dress was fabulous. You think I'm going to cover that gorgeous dress up with a coat and a scarf? I was outside for 5 minutes. I would have stood in the snow for that dress because I love fashion, and that was my choice. This is sexist. This is ridiculous. This is not feminism. Overreacting about everything someone says or does, creating controversy over silly, innocuous things such as what I choose to wear or not wear, is not moving us forward. It's creating silly distractions from real issues. Get a grip, people. Everything you see me wear is my choice. And if I want to be cold, that's my choice too. Wow. So number one, great response by Miss Lawrence here. I really liked the part where she said she was now offended. I know that really pissed the feminists off because they're over here trying to be offended on her behalf when she's not even offended in the first place. But them doing that ended up actually offending her. So like we got this whole offender situation going on right now. I'm fucking confused right now just talking about it. But just know the feminists getting offended on her behalf actually ended up offending her, if that makes any fucking sense. Like, that's some crazy shit to think about, but that's what happened. But I think the main takeaway here, or the main message here really is, I don't understand how you can possibly be offended on behalf of someone else, right? If it doesn't affect you, I don't understand how you can, like, just put yourself into the situation and then start getting, like, upset. Like, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, it's one thing if it's a broad social issue that affects everyone and you kind of fall into the category that's being affected, but when it's a very specific thing that happened to a specific person and they themselves don't really give a fuck, you can't then, like, get upset for them. You know what I mean? It's up to them to be upset. It's not up to you. That's how you know you're running out of shit to be offended about, when, like, you start, like, putting yourself into other people's business. Like, there's not even enough stuff going on in your life that's just so unfair that you gotta start, like, finding problems in other people's fucking life. And even though those people themselves don't give a fuck, but apparently you give a fuck. So that's how you know your cause is really going downhill. And she kind of touched on it in her message. You know, she said, this is not feminism. You know, this is ridiculous. You're taking away from real issues. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's really what they've been doing for, like, the last couple years. Every time they get offended over some stupid ass shit like this, it really just ruins whatever, you know, serious issues there are out there for them, because nobody's gonna take them seriously. You know what I mean? But they never learn their lesson. You know, we've been seeing stuff like this for years now. You know, basically I'd say since, like, 2016, maybe even 2015. I don't know. But it's just been getting worse and worse. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. But anytime we got one of these females calling out the fellow feminists, I gotta give props, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make a vid. You gotta get your respect for putting the feminists in their place, because I think they might actually listen to you a little bit since you're a female as well. They kind of consider you on their level. You know, I'm just a scumbag, you know, peasant, cisgender male, you know what I'm saying? Like, my opinion doesn't matter. They're not gonna listen to anything I say. But if it's coming from another female, they might actually give it some value. They might actually listen, I don't know. But I thought that was cool. I like that she kind of put them in their place a little bit. You know, hopefully the message goes through and they'll learn from it. But if we know anything about the feminists, that's probably not going to happen. But that's pretty much it for the video, man. I was going to include this story as part of, like, the weekly recap or whatever, but I kind of had a little bit too much to say, I guess you could say, and it kind of had to become a standalone video. So that's what you're getting, but I'll leave you with that. I'm about to get on the Fortnite Season 3 grind. I bought the Battle Pass. I'm already on, like, Tier 20. I remember on Season 2, I ended up buying a lot of the levels, and I kind of regretted it later on, because I really wanted the Black Knight, but once I got the Black Knight, then it was like, well, shit, now there's nothing else to grind for. So this time around on Season 3, I don't think I'm going to buy any levels. I think I'm just gonna, you know, grind them all out, because I'll end up getting them anyway eventually. But I just feel like I kind of wasted my money buying the levels on Season 2, because then I really had nothing to play for after I had the Black Knight. So this time around, I'm gonna take it nice and slow, grind it out, enjoy it, take my time, and see how it goes. But as far as the updates, real quick, let me talk about the Fortnite Season 3 updates with the new patch and all that. Building is amazing now. 60 FPS feels amazing. Though really the only negative I would say is, like, the hit markers are messed up. Sometimes I have hit markers, sometimes I don't. You can go into your settings and fuck with them a little bit and, like, turn them on almost, but I believe it's a glitch. I don't know. They haven't said anything about it yet, but I don't think they're supposed to be gone. That's really my only issue right now is they took the hit markers away. But when they bring them back, everything will be good. It's not that big of a deal. You still see, like, the damage that you're doing. Like, if it didn't show you the damage, then we'd really have a fucking problem. But I don't know. I've been playing COD for, like, fucking more than 10 years. I'm so used to seeing hit markers on all of my, like, games that it just kind of fucks me up not seeing them. Other than that, the new patch feels amazing, especially for console players. We needed this shit, bro. It feels so much more smooth now. Like, it's just an incredible experience, I guess you could say. I don't know if that sounds fucking weird, but anyways, that is it, man. I'm about to get back on the Fortnite grind. Hope you guys are all doing the same, man. All this new stuff they added looks pretty cool, and I can't wait to unlock it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day, and peace out.